Good morning, everybody. It is time to remove these baby quail out to the potting shed, and not a moment too soon because they smell disgusting. I've had them in the laundry room while they were little, but now we can finally get them out and into the pack and play, and it is just a very exciting moment because if you have never smelled a baby quail when they're in a large quantity, you know what, you're not missing anything. So I'm very excited to get them into the pack and play and get them out of the house today.
So after a really long ordeal, we have managed to come up with something that fit in the bottom of the pack and play. So I've got half pine shavings, half sand. They really love their sand, but the pine shavings also helps to keep the odor down, and I didn't want to do 100% sand. So here we are. This is what Coturnix Quail look like at 2 weeks of age. As you can see, except for the white guys who are going to be Texas A&M, we're getting the little black spots. Everyone is pretty much feathered out. I actually have a decent amount of girls, it looks like, so that's cool. They are playing in their sand. I had given them sand to make sure they got used to it and didn't like gorge themselves on it and make themselves sick or anything last week. So they are used to the sand. Some of them are pecking at it, but they're used to it, so they shouldn't eat too much and make themselves sick or anything. And then we had upgraded them to the bigger feeder a few days ago. And they have their nipple waterer, but just in case, we are still going to be putting in the quail waterer as well. And they've already made a mess. It's been 30 seconds, right guys? Already made a mess. So they're fun because there's so many colors and patterns. They're fun to look at. I will be selling at least a dozen of them for now, and then reevaluating from there to see how many I want to keep from there. I really only originally wanted 6, but now there's so many variations. I'll probably keep at least 12. But they're settling right in and they're very happy. So they're in my potting shed, which does have a supplemental heater, which I usually have set to only come on at 40, but I'll probably set it to come on at 50 probably for the next week, and then lower it a little bit. But they also have their heating pad and their heat lamp. So they should be warm enough. I know some people put them outside at 2 weeks, but we are heading into cooler weather, and I certainly didn't want to have brooded these for 2 weeks to have something happen to them. So we're staying in the potting shed. I'm going to put a towel over half the top to conserve their heat as well, and to make them feel a little more sheltered. But so far they are very pleased with their additional space. They are pecking at their sand some, but I did give them a little container of sand in their old box just to get them kind of used to it so they wouldn't gorge on the sand and make themselves sick. So it should be okay. It's for bathing, guys. Oh, there's somebody got the idea. Somebody's got the idea. Taking a little bath. So they're all ready to go in their new setup.
Now I do still have a few quail in the laundry room that are a little smaller. The little guy who isn't going to make it, who's a dwarf, I didn't want him to be all alone. He's still not grown. I had this happen before, as I said in one of the other videos, and there's really nothing you can do for him. But I don't want him to be alone. So I've got him and a couple smaller quail together still in the laundry room, but this is the majority of them out here. So they've got plenty of space to run and play and get a week older, and then I will look into their outside pen. I'm thinking to put them in an old rabbit hutch, a double rabbit hutch I have for the winter, so that I can really keep them warm and put a tarp over it if I need to, for additional warmth. But next year my plan is to get them out and in an aviary type setting so they can enjoy ground and grass and grubs and things like that. And I also have a portable little quail tractor that I can put some in and move around to have plenty of fresh stuff if I need to.
So the loofah gourds, this guy is still not quite ready. Looks like he's just starting to change color a little bit. I'm hoping he matures before another cold snap. See, I've got a couple big ones. I haven't eaten the little ones. They said if they're just a few inches long and about this big around, you can eat them. I don't know. The thought of eating something that turns into a sponge isn't filling me with excitement, but maybe I'll get brave and try one. And then we've still got a ton of the yard-long beans coming on. And I've still got a lot of tomatoes. So it's just one of those years. This is a volunteer tomato. I don't know what variety he is. Lima beans are thinking about it. A lot of blossoms, a couple tiny beans. And then rutabagas and some of my other little friends are finally taking off a little, getting a little bit of pest pressure, but starting to come on. But it has been a weird fall. It's kind of like a second summer. And a lot of the fall crops that I traditionally plant to overwinter just didn't do much. It's been mostly another wave of tomatoes, another wave of eggplant, another wave of all these beans. It's really kind of odd, but I'll take it. I mean, they're still producing in the garden, so that's a blessing, and just enjoy way more tomatoes than I thought I would end up with. You can see there are a ton of tomatoes still on the vines. And the eggplant is still, I don't know if he'll end up getting any more maturing, but he's still got a couple little baby fruits on him. And more tomatoes. And then I've got tomatoes in the back as well. Again, just more tomatoes. So many tomatoes.
It sure is fun watching these little guys grow. They're growing so fast. I hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as I have. That's about it for the update. I hope you have a blessed weekend.